So let's talk about book snaps. It's a great way of connecting with high school age students in an English classroom, also applicable to history classrooms, science, or math. So what are they? They were originally created by Tara Martin. She was sick of watching her teenage boy spend so much time on Snapchat, and she figured that if this is a platform that our students are using endlessly anyway, why can't we connect with them there and ask them to reflect and engage with the text as they read just by posting about it on Snapchat. So this is what it is. I have a couple examples here taken from Tara Martin's blog. Shows how you simply to create a book snap in the Snapchat app, snap a picture of your book or your e-reader, the page that you want to highlight, and then you can just add some emojis that are applicable to the point you're trying to make it fun, some visuals, and then add a caption. So why do we do this? Why is it important? First of all, it's a way to allow our students to show what they know as they go. They can use this as a formative assessment, so we can keep tabs on students as they read. It's a great way for students to interact with each other in between class meetings, especially if things are being done virtually. Also, it's an awesome tool for visual learners to be able to express what they've learned or what they've come across in the book. So how do you begin? First of all, you need the app on your phone. That's where you begin. So you download Snapchat in your app store. If you want to, you can add some friends by clicking on the little ghost there, or adding friends by username. But basically, once you find something that you're reading that you want to show people, you take a picture of it, you add some fun emojis to create a interesting visual, and then you add a caption. So you do need to add a caption. We need to tell students that they need a caption because that's an integral piece of this. And they need to explain what people are looking at, why they're asking you to look at it, what the point is, but then also include things like the title of the book, the author's name, and then it's kind of cool if you will hashtag book snaps as well. The key here is then, before you add it to your story in Snapchat, to also download it to your camera roll, save it to your camera roll by clicking the down arrow at the bottom of the screen. I would encourage you to look at Tara Martin's website. I have the link at the end of this, but also the videos embedded, where you can see her create a book snap in real time, which is pretty cool. So there's all sorts of things that you can ask students to book snap. I gave some ELA related assignments, but you could ask them to make references to a novel's theme that maybe you've pointed out to them before they begin reading, or a main idea or an argument, sort of the same thing. You could ask them to identify a character conflict or an internal struggle or a piece of figurative language that you want them to pay attention to. You could also have them clock in anytime they come across an element of a plot, like the exposition or the falling action or the denouement. You could also just have them highlight any favorite quote or anything that they think makes a character awesome. They could snap that. Finally, you could ask a student to connect a novel to a specific literary genre or literary movement. For example, like I'm reading Where the Crawdads Sing, and in my opinion, it's very heavily influenced by naturalism. So anytime you come across some element of natural selection or, kill or be killed, that would be something that you could add to your book snap. So once you book snap, what do? You share it. Of course, you can share 2 your story on Snapchat, but it really shouldn't end there. Since you have saved it to your camera roll, you would also want to share it somewhere else, and that way you can have these snaps live longer than their 24-hour expiration date. So where you ask students to share their book snaps is totally up to you, and whatever is convenient for you and your students. If you're using Google Classroom, it might just make sense for them to post it to your Google Classroom stream, if you don't mind that getting sort of, clogged up or messy with all your students' book snaps. I think it would actually look kind of cool. But you could also have them use Flipgrid, which I did try to find an image here of Flipgrid, but for whatever reason, Google gave me pictures of goats. You could also have them use Twitter. Whatever you decide that you want them to use, you want to use it too, and you want to be sharing your own book snaps so that you can be modeling for your students. So before I leave you, for my teacher friends, here's a few more resources where you can explore on your own. You can also create book snaps using just Google Slides. So if you really don't feel comfortable using Snapchat or having your students use Snapchat, you could have them use Google Slides. And this YouTube video shows you exactly how to do it. Same with using Google Drawing, works pretty much the same way. But you could also have your students share their book snaps by inserting them into a Google slide, like a bulletin board, like we've been doing in class as well. Finally, I have a link to the blog post where Tara Martin talks about creating book snaps. And also, if you click on my little emoji here, I have a link to downloading in the Google Chrome extension store Bitmoji, so you can add Bitmojis to all areas of your life, which is super important. This is my Snapchat emoji, so if you want to scan here and add me on Snap, I'll see you over there. Bye.